Rainy days don't seem so wet. Stormy nights don't stay. From the moment that we met, you were worth the wait. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know. Best thing that I'll ever know.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm getting my incense started. Why does it always blow my case? I like it in front of me, but then it's going up in front of the camera. So there we go. So, okay. Thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate it. It is 3:01 p.m. on Tuesday, May 27th. And I saw a live stream last night, just the start of it, because the content creator cut her live stream short and came back later, but I had already gone on to something else and didn't come back to her live stream. But some people on other live streams were talking about, they were talking on that live stream, the people in the chat, about how another content creator had shown pictures of this content creator's children or child or something online. I didn't catch the whole thing. I came in late. I left early. That's just the way it was. And it's nothing against that content creator. Nothing at all. But it's just something in me says, you know, if there's ever a court case about somebody showing pictures of other people's children, it could be possible everybody in that chat can be called into court, and I can't afford to drive across country to go to court for something I'm not guilty of. That's just my opinion. I don't know whether it can happen or not happen. I just would rather cover my own rear end. So this morning it triggered me to go look online to find out if at the end of the day, from what I gather, the creator that had been accused of showing pictures of the person's child had not even done it. She was going through the child's another account, the other content creators, I guess Facebook account or some other account, and there happened to be pictures of that creator's children on her account. So it wasn't like the lady's children were doxed. Okay, and it took somebody else in her chat to say, that's not what happened. This is what happened. Okay, so if you're going to tell a content creator something's happening on their channel or in the background or that concerns their channel, please check your facts. Because thank heavens that the content creator that was told this misinformation did not take that information and run with it. She didn't. She just said, when did it happen? She asked for receipts. She didn't get the receipts. She couldn't get the receipts because another creator or another person came into chat, one of her moderators came into chat and said, this is not what happened. This is what happened. So, okay. Long story short, it led me to look up, is it legal to talk about other people's children on YouTube, which is a Google account. Okay. So let's pull up my fair use disclaimer. Da-da. Here's the fun part. Y'all like it. Okay. It's 3:05. I run my mouth. Let's have a little. Aha. I like doing that. Okay. Small minds. Okay. I know. My attention span's about that long too today. I had to go get blood work done at the doctor's office, and then they were out of those little butterfly needle things that they draw blood with. And when she called me in there to draw my blood, I said, "How you gonna do that, butterfly needles?" She said, "Did somebody tell you?" I said, "No, I heard y'all talking out in the hallway when I was in the room." She said, "Well, I'm hoping," and I said, "Don't worry, I don't abuse my veins." I said, and I made a fist and my vein just popped up there. She said, "Oh, I love you." So she didn't have any trouble. The trouble she did have is what the needle she used, she went all the way through my vein. So she had to back it off and come back into the vein. And so I may end up with a bit of a bruise there because when she took the needle out, it didn't want to quit bleeding till I got home. So Karen Reed case, week 6, ahead of schedule. Okay. I'm not watching the Karen Reed case. I wasn't at the beginning. I don't know what she's guilty of. I didn't look into it. Okay. I'm not responsible for Karen Reed. And every one of my emails that comes in on one platform, I get double notifications because I have Mailbird and then I have this other mail, and it's the same account in both of them, so I'm getting double notifications. There we go. So now you know my whole life story. Okay, so the links to all of these pages are in my description. Okay? Sorry. I made my son some macaroni salad for lunch or for supper, and it has bacon in it, and sorry, bacon makes me burp. Anyway, so the first place that I went and looked, and I might stumble. Why didn't it show up? There it goes. Okay. The first place that I went and looked was on Grok. Hold on, I'm trying to get my foot up on my chair. For some reason, I don't feel like I'm tall enough, and I got my chair all the way up, so I have to keep sitting up on my feet. I need a taller chair. Hello to the third person in chat. I hope y'all are hitting thumbs up. And share my stream out there. Subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you being here. Okay, so on Grok, I typed in, is it legal to talk about other people's children on YouTube and other social media platforms? Okay, there's a lot of information up here. And I went through these and I didn't find a whole lot. Where did I go? It says YouTube guidelines suggest creators should ask permission before featuring others, especially kids. Okay. The channels that I'm seeing harassing other content creators are not asking permission. They're just screen sniping and talking about their family, their whole family. I haven't seen personally, I have seen content creators talk about so-and-so posted pictures of my whole house. I did see pictures on X of somebody's house, but I didn't know it was their house. I wouldn't have ever known it was their house had they not said, that's my house. Okay? Because it didn't say, this is so-and-so's house on it. It's just, it was there, and that content creator got all butthurt about it, which I can understand. I wouldn't be, because I post pictures of my own house all over the place. My address is out there because I have my, here's my webpage. Okay. If you go to that page right there, you'll get my address, my phone number, I think both my phone numbers are on there, and a whole list of all sorts of stuff that you can purchase right off of me, right off my webpage, because that's an e-commerce website. And it's up and active. And my husband's working on getting the link fixed, but there is a 20% discount to the first 200 buyers. If you try to purchase and don't get the discount, send me an email and I'll get my husband to reimburse you 20% of it, or I will reimburse you 20% of it. Okay. Or if you didn't get it, then when you get the email, I'll put a money order or something with the 20% in there so that you can have your percent back, because I don't want to cheat anybody. And the last week when he was setting it up, the link wasn't working right. It actually made a purchase off my account, and then he had to refund the purchase, or so just it's all set up things. He's doing the search engine optimization and all this and getting it set up. Okay, so it says YouTube guidelines suggest creators should ask permission I'm hearing all kinds of sirens before featuring others, especially children. Discussions on Reddit show concerns about ethics and legality of including children in content, particularly without consent. We'll get into that later. Legal advice indicates less resources if a child is filmed in public, or less recourse if a child is filmed in public. Now, in a way that this is helpful to me is being a content creator in more than one platform. I sit right here, do my research, go live every day except Sunday. But I also thrift. And when I'm in a thrift store, Goodwill, Salvation Army, Savers, yard sale, estate sale, wherever I am, I try my best not to film people. If you see people like this one estate sale company that I go to their estate sales, I've gone live storage locker auctions. We've got a live storage auctions at the same time, and things. We're friends. We've known each other a couple of years. She doesn't mind being on my videos because I always promote her business. I say, this is so and so estate, and she has a store in El Dorado that you could actually go inside the store, and things left over from estate sales that she's bought out, she will, or things she's bought from storage lockers, she'll put in her store so she can sell. So, and that's the way life works. And she doesn't mind, her and her husband don't mind being on my YouTube videos. So anyway, that's just that. But as far as somebody's child, if I saw you in a Goodwill and I was thrifting, I would edit if I accidentally got your child in the video, unless, now, if there's shelves here and I'm looking at what's on this shelf and your child is on the other side of the shelf and all the items, and it just happens to be seen through the shelf, I can't help that. I can't help that. I'm not intentionally putting that child on the video. If the child's in the aisle playing with the toy, I'm not going to put the child on the video without the parent's permission. If you see a child on the video, 9 times out of 10, the parent has given me permission. Somebody keeps texting my phone number. I don't know who they are. And they just ask, is this Nancy? So I say, who's asking? Okay, anyway. I'm finding that the laws around child photography are changing, with some states requiring parental consent, especially for non-parents, which that, in my opinion, that should be in all 50 states. Alaska doesn't have laws. I looked it up. Alaska has no laws regarding whether or not you can put somebody else's children on a live platform. Alaska has no laws. I looked up all of the states to see which states has what. And North Carolina has several pending, at least 2 that I can guarantee are pending. Hello to the 5 people in my chat. Please be so kind as to hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing. Thanks for popping in. Okay. The legality seems to depend on context, like public versus private settings. Yeah, like if I'm in Goodwill and I accidentally get a child in the video, that's different than me being at Walmart and filming the child, or me being even at the Goodwill and purposely filming the child because the child's doing something to cause mischief or whatever. Now, y'all, it's almost guaranteed every Goodwill I go to, you're going to hear a child in the background. I don't know anything about the Latter-day Saints, and I don't need them trying to contact me. Okay. So, okay. But, it's different. If I'm intentionally filming a child. Now, you're going to hear children, 90% of the time it's a crying child, an upset child over something. And I'll say, some little comment like every video. But sometimes you can hear in the background Good point. Manda Panda says, in my opinion, if your account is not made private and it's something that you can look up publicly, then you have said it's okay to be used. You can change the privacy setting per picture as well. This is true. If it's public, I think I'm going to say something about that in a little bit. If it's public information and it's out there for the public to see, it can be used, depending on the context it's being used in. You are so right. And as far as changing the privacy setting per picture, I'm not going to say that's not possible, because you are very much more computer savvy than I am. I don't know how to do that, but I'm going to agree with you that it can be done. All right. Let's see. I may need your help staying on track today. Okay, so Searching for legal implications of posting about minors on social media. There were 10 results found. I don't think any of these were Google. Some of them are actually go to law sites. So, and I didn't want to join law sites. State laws are evolving to protect kids on social media, showing this is a hot topic right now. I can understand that. And social media posts about minors can lead to defamation if they spread false info that hurts their reputation. This is true. I don't think that's been happening, but I'm not going to say yes and I'm not going to say no. I haven't watched the videos to find out. Okay? I'll say that much. Legislative efforts in various states aim to shield children on social media, reflecting ongoing legal changes in NCSL technology. And I did find out that in Arkansas, it is up to YouTube, eBay, Facebook, TikTok, Reddit, X. It's up to all of them by law to verify the age of a child. Now, we all know that a child that wants to build a Facebook account can put a false birth date in there when they set up the account in order to get the account to go live. We all know it. That's between the child and the parent, and if they get caught. Some parents actually make Facebook and YouTube pages for their newborn child just so that their child has their own page. Some parents do that. In my opinion, that is at the discretion of the child's parent. If the child wants to post pictures of their child, if the parent wants to post pictures of their child as their child is aging up in life, that's up to them. That's not up to me. But I don't have permission to take those pictures and put them on my site. Then I'm the one breaking the law, in my opinion. Okay. Browsing legal clarity for legal implications of posting about minors on social media. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff here. Evaluating legal factors. Talking about kids online might fall under defamation or harassment if it's harmful. I'm thinking this could complicate things beyond just posting images. This is true. The main issues seems to be sharing identifiable info without consent, governed by laws on the COPA and state privacy rules. Let's check how this applies to discussions, not just visuals. And there's a whole lot more information. And it says key points. It's generally not illegal to talk about other people's children on social media, but it can become illegal if it violates privacy laws or lacks consent, especially for minors. Research suggests that posting images or identifiable information about minors without parental consent is often against the law, like under the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, COPA, Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. There you go. The evidence leans towards needing parental permission for content involving minors with legal consequences possible for non-compliance. So, due to the fact, if me as a content creator, hey, Salty. How are you? How are you? I've seen you over in Brittany J's chat. Yeah, I've seen you over there, and I've gone on your site before and did research off your site before. Okay, so if I do everything I could possibly do to protect my child from coming on camera when I'm doing a live, and you take my live and then you post pictures about my child, you're breaking the rules. But as we all know, mine comes in, stands behind me while I'm on my live, and he has his own channel. He goes live by himself, you know. He don't go live. He just posts videos. And you know, I have other children. He's the only minor. I only have one minor. There's 5 above him that are not minors. And what they do on their channels is up to them. So, you know, if they have channels, you know. I have one that I'm trying to get to start a channel, but she's been a little reluctant. So, anyway, research suggests that posting images or identifiable information about minors my neighbor's pulling her trash cans up the road. I was like, what am I hearing? Controversy exists around balancing free speech and child protection with evolving laws and platform policies. This is correct. Direct answer to the question. The legality of talking about other people's children on platform like YouTube and other social media depends on the context and whether it respects privacy. You can call her Mandy. I do. If it respects privacy and consent, especially for minors. Here's the breakdown. When it might be illegal. Posting images or identifiable info. It is often illegal to post pictures, videos, or identifiable details about someone else's children without their parent or guardian's consent. This is protected under the law like Children's Online Privacy Protection in the U.S., which requires parental consent for children under 13. This content creator, I do believe her 2 youngest are under 13. One of them might be 13. I'm not sure. I don't know her kids' age. But I'm just speculating that they're probably underage, under this age limit. So, you know, she could very well bring suit against these other content creators for using the likeness of her children without her permission, if she wants to. She's a very kind person, so I don't think she will, but it does upset her that people are using her kids' pictures. Online private, okay, hi, Reality. Hi. Oh, yeah, they are under 13. Thank you for answering that question. I know you know who I'm talking about. I'm not mentioning names. But yeah, she could actually bring charges against, according to YouTube's laws, she could bring charges against these other content creators for using her children's likeness. Harmful content. If the discussion is defamatory, false, and defaming to the child's reputation or constitutes harassment, it could lead to legal action under defamation or harassment laws. Exploitive content. Sharing content that could be seen as harmful or exploitive, like under the Child's Pornography Protection Act, can result in criminal charges, including fines or imprisonment. Now, when we're talking about the child pornography, if the children are posting a picture, because kids play, kids get a hold of their parents' phones and they play. They're curious, they do things. Sometimes the children don't even realize something's being actually posted to live. And when the parent finds out and gets it erased immediately. If another content creator gets a hold of that and screen snipes it and posts that information, they are breaking the law. They are doing the child pornography act. The parent removed the information as soon as they found out it was listed, because it was listed accidentally and other content creators posted that. The other content creators broke the law. The parent is not in any way responsible for, because the parent did the responsible thing and removed the information. Yes, exactly, reality. Exactly. The parent did what was right. The parent removed the information, deleted the video, got rid of all evidence, but somebody else screen snapped it in that 10 seconds or 40 seconds it was live. And that person, if they in any way released that video, they did the child pornography. They broke that act. According to what we're reading right here, and we're all reading it face to face. When it might be legal if the child is in a public place and the content doesn't reveal private details, like when I'm videoing in a YouTube, if I accidentally get a child and I don't even know the child's name, I'm not breaking a law. Now, it depends on how Goodwill looks at it, because Goodwill Corporate wants you to do everything you can to avoid posting other shoppers without their permission. That's Goodwill corporate policy. That has nothing to do with YouTube. Although some people have tried to turn me in to YouTube for filming inside of a store. I have Goodwill corporate policy, corporate office permission to film inside Goodwill. I know the rules. Okay, so best practice. It's always obtain explicit consent from the child's parent or guardian before posting any content involving them. Be mindful of local laws and platform rules, as these can vary by jurisdiction and are evolving, especially with new legislation protecting children online. Survey note: legal implications of discussing other people's children on social media. Okay, I feel like the way I am discussing the case, I am doing it in a legal manner, because I am not mentioning the content creator's name. I am not mentioning their children's names. I am not mentioning anything about any other content creator than myself. I'm just stating there are other content creators. That is worldwide information. I'm not the only content creator on YouTube. That's exactly what I'm saying. The survey note provides comprehensive analysis for legal considerations surrounding the discussion of other people's children on social media platforms, including YouTube. It expands on the direct answer by incorporating detailed insights from various sources, ensuring a thorough understanding for users seeking clarity on the complex topic. Now, I'm not giving anybody any information where they can go look up anybody that I happen to be talking about. I'm not doing it. That's against the law from what I'm reading. So I'm not giving out anybody's information. If you happen to know who I'm talking about, that's between you and me. We're not discussing the person. We're not discussing the person. We're not giving out personal information about the person that, or the content creator that we're talking about. The analysis is grounded in current legal framework, platform policies, and evolving legislation as of May 27th, 2025, which is today. Introduction and context. Okay. And it goes on and says it says Protect Our Children Act of 2008. This enhances law enforcement efforts not to dox and exactly. I am not doxing. You are not doxing. Manda Panda is not doxing, and Salty's not doxing. We're the only four talking in this chat. None of us are doxing any other content creator. That's why, for anybody in the shadows, if you happen to be watching a content creator, even though you're not watching chat, if you're watching a content creator, a lot of times you'll hear the content creator say, "Let's not mention other channels in chat," because the content creator does not want the other channels to be doxed. That's the way. And now, sometimes the content creator will promote the other channel, and that's a good thing. Promoting other channels is good. But if it's a sour taste in somebody's mouth that you don't want to promote that person, then you'll see the content creator say, "Let's not speak about other." Are you trying to tell me that I'm going off topic and come back and get grounded? So in California, the Online Policy Act requires commercial websites collecting personal information, including images, to have a privacy policy. This can affect social media. You're shaking the bushes. There you go. Posts involving minors, especially if shared publicly. In Illinois, the Biometric Information Privacy Act requires consent for collecting biometric data such as photographs, which could apply to posting images of minors without permission. In New York, state's revenue ORNS law, which addresses unauthorized sharing of intimate images, has been extended to include minors, offering additional legal recourses for parents. Because New York is such a large state that you don't have to post an autography picture of a child. There is so much trafficking and stuff that goes on coming in and out of New York that just posting a child's image, if there's a way that it can be tracked back to where that child originates from, that child could possibly be trafficked, kidnapped, taken. So it's just to protect the children. The situation saying you broke up with me, now I'm posting this of you. Right. And actually, Manda Panda, I'm never going to break up with you. If I had the money, I would adopt you right now and make you my own. Okay. But let's say what's going on with those two children in Nova Scotia. Okay? The two children went missing. The mom's boyfriend is staying there helping look for the children. The mom has disappeared. So who's responsible for what content gets posted out there? The mom took off. The mom's boyfriend's the one still trying to find the children. I hope the children are found, by the way. Okay, let's get off of this. This is Grok. I love Grok. Thank you, Bob Crew, for introducing me to Grok. Okay, now on the supportgoogle.com website, which YouTube is Google. So I'm going to bring this up. So I'm going right into Google, and it says best practices for content with children. We want creators. Thank you, Manda Panda. I appreciate it. We want creators to continue to have fun and be creative, but we ask that you follow our community guidelines. You should always be smart about the content you post online and ask for permission before you upload a video featuring someone to YouTube. That is also Goodwill's policy. So that's the way it is. Anyone posting content with minors must do the following. And I'm seeing a lot of this not being done. If this is happening to your child, you could bring suit if you wanted to against people that are doing this to your children. I'm just saying. In the words of Bullhorn Betty. Just saying. Okay. Anyone posting content with minors must do the same. Respect privacy. Secure consent from the minor's parents or legal guardian before featuring them in your video. Make sure their participation in your video is voluntary. Now, some content creators are not doing that. They're not asking the parents permission, and the children have not given permission. The children did not volunteer to be on their channel. Moderate use comments on your videos. There are tools at your disposal to filter and review comments, and you can always flag comments to us for spam abuse. Okay, there's a way. I was looking at it on YouTube. I haven't figured it out, but you can flag certain words in that anytime it comes up in your chat, and I think that's part of what Nightbot does. I'm not sure. I'm checking into that. But there are certain words, if people come on there and say certain words, those words automatically get kicked back to YouTube, and those words automatically report whoever used them. Manage your video's privacy and embedded settings. You have several options to control who can view your video and how it's shared on external sites. Now, with that being said, my thoughts on that there topic is when you're doing a video that is members only, in my opinion, you should ask your members that are in your chat not to gift memberships during that live. Because my reason being is when they gift memberships, we all know that YouTube does not give memberships to the people that are in chat. It gives memberships to. I was just flipping through the channels and happened to stop on somebody's live stream one day, and I was listening to see what was going on, and I was gifted a membership right there, right then and there, and I didn't know whose channel I was on. So if somebody's flipping through the channels, they don't even have to be actually there. They can get gifted a membership, and the people from the channels that are doxing you and copying your content are accidentally being gifted memberships because they're coming in with golf club accounts. I'm telling you, or what are they called? Sock accounts. They're coming in with fake accounts and under different names, and they're being gifted memberships, and they're giving your information out. So it's doing absolutely no good to go members only if your members are going to gift memberships to people that you don't want in your chat. So, I mean, that's just that way. And then you still have to go through all the trouble of your moderators have to block people that are coming in there trolling on you. Okay, please make sure you understand and follow the law. You must comply with all the laws, rules, and regulations related to working with minors. Some areas you should know about are permits. Review local laws and regulations to find out if minors in your videos need a permit, registration, or license to work. You should also know if you need a permit or authorization to employ minors. Wages, revenues, and sharing. Now, this is important, in my opinion, because I read this and then I got to thinking, I'm going to think about that. And I went down the half mile down my driveway to check my mail and come back up. And I was thinking, the people that are doxing content creators and posting their other creators' children in their videos, like people that are beautiful bluebirds that are posting pictures and images of green team children, by this, according to this law, those people have to pay wages to the children that they are resuming in their videos, which means this other content creator needs to start getting some paychecks for her kids being put on YouTube because she didn't ask for permission. Okay, wages, revenue, and sharing. You must follow applicable laws around paying minors for their work. In some cases, you may be required to pay a wage to minors. In others, you may be required to provide a share of the revenue you are making from the videos to the minors directly, or set aside a portion that is protected for the minor. So there's some content creators out here that need to be earning some money from other content creators that are using their information. Just say it. The working environment, hours, and breaks. The working environment must be safe for the minor. They must have time for rest, education, and all that. Now, what's going on YouTube and stuff, there's only 1 or 2 seconds or minutes of the children that are being posted at the most. So it's not like anything like that. But, okay. So that is what Google says. And I in my opinion, that's very helpful information. Just saying. It's helpful to me. I mean, I'm not going to go through, my daughter has minor children. Without my daughter's permission, I'm not posting videos of her children on my YouTube page because my daughter can sue me. My sister has a minor child. I'm not posting pictures of my sister's minor child on my YouTube without my sister's permission because my sister can sue me. I'm just not going to do it. Where's my money? You're not a minor. You're not a minor. And I haven't posted pictures of your minor children. The one child of yours that I posted on my YouTube page was already 18 when I posted her video. She graduated high school. I'm so proud of her. Okay. So now we're going to bring up the social media children's legislation from 2023. There's not anything more recent from them. Social media and children legislation for 2023. As concerns are rising regarding the effects of social media usage on children's mental health, state legislators are introducing measures to protect children while using the internet and internet-based forms of communications, including social media. The legislation includes bills and resolutions that create study commissions and task forces, require age verification or not, I'm being ignored. You're not being ignored. Doesn't count if you have a picture of me when I was a minor and it's in the video. No, it doesn't. Because I'm your mother and I have permission to post anything about you I want to post with your permission. Because you can whoop my butt. And I got pictures of you all over my walls. I mean, if I had my camera posting this way, I'd have pictures of you right there. Right there. See, look. Right there. Can't see it. Can't see it. Right there. See, there's pictures of you right there. but that's just because I love you. Where's my money? Well, let's see. I got one of your diaper pins from when you were a baby. You want that? Okay. Not that. uh, I got one of these things. You want that? She's picking on me. Okay. They need to require age verification or parental consent to open social media accounts. Add digital and media literacy courses or curriculum for K-12 students. All schools have to do that because schools are now going to computers. And well, my son don't have his right now, but the day school starts, he's issued a computer and he carries it all the way through to the last day of school, and then he has to turn it in. And then the next year, he'll get the same computer because it's already logged into his name and all that stuff, and he carries that. Next year is his last year. He's going to be a senior. 35 states. No, you're trying to give me your trash and stuff. Grass pursuit. Hey, I gave you a selfie stick so you could go online yourself. The girls have computers assigned to, yeah. Okay. 35 states and Puerto Rico addressed legislation in 2023, and 12 states enacting bills or adopted resolutions, such as Arkansas created the Social Media Safety Act to require age verification and parental consent for use of social media. It also clarifies liability for failure to perform age verification use for social media for illegal retention of data. Okay, so, right. But kids these days know how to go around that. Illinois adopted a resolution urging the federal government to uphold its duty to create regulations that promote the well-being of minors and protect them from negative and harmful social media algorithms. Louisiana enacted the Secure Online Child Interaction and Age Limitation Act. Montana banned TikTok in the state. You cannot be on TikTok in the state of Montana. Yes, but they have now made it a lot harder. Number 3 got in trouble because she tried to use number 1's ID and got caught, and they said that's not you. Good. Was that number 4 was using number 2's or number 3 was using number 1's? I don't know. I guess you know what you're talking about more than I do. I'm just thinking of the location of the 1, 2, 3, and 4. New Jersey established the Commission on the Effects of Social Media Usage on Adolescents to study social media usage. Every time I block Mutual of Omaha, they call me again. And it says Mutual of Omaha every time. Adolescents to study social media usage in and out of public schools and to determine the effects that use has on the health and academic performances of students. Number 1 is on her own away because she's no longer right. Utah enacted the Utah Social Media Regulation Act. It requires a social media company to verify the age, state, residence, and obtain the consent of a parent or guardian before a resident under a specified age may maintain or open an account. It also prohibits a social media company from permitting a person to open an account if that person does not meet age requirements under state and federal law. limits the hours of access for certain users, subject to parental or guardian discretion, and provides for a private right of action. Every state should do that. Every state. If you are under a certain age, your online usage of any phone, any contact media, whatever, any social number should automatically cut you off after a certain amount of time and give you a certain amount of time before you can log back in. It's just the way it is. There should be. It's the way it should be in my opinion. Bye. See? He got on my video. I didn't give him permission. Have a good night.
Get back to do your job. Well, I go back to do mine.
You go do your job. Because only you can do it. I can't do it. Because I don't want to do it. I'm too lazy. If number 3 tries to do anything else, she'll get banned from FB until she's 16 and prove her age with a picture. There you go. There you go. All right, now we're going to go to an actual attorney's website. And this is from law offices of Adrian H. Alstuther and Hallschuler. He must be German, and Associates. Oh, that's good. It's been a long time since I had one underage for Facebook. Be careful what you post, the legal implications of social media. In today's hyper-connected world, social media platforms are an integral part of our lives. We share updates, connect with friends and family, and express ourselves online. However, the ease and immediacy of social media can sometimes lead to unintended consequences, especially when it comes to the legal implications of our posts. Let's take a look at the potential legal pitfall of social media activity and what you can do to act responsibly. Potential legal issue in social media. Okay. While seemingly harmless tweet or Facebook post may not raise immediate red flags, the content you share can have serious legal ramifications. Here's a breakdown of some common legal issues associated with social media uses. Let me tell you one before I read any further. I saw a picture on Facebook one time, or I was told about it. I can't remember. I just remember the situation. The child was taking a snapshot, like a selfie, and the child didn't think about the fact that there was a full-length mirror behind them when they were taking the selfie. And the child didn't have any breeches on. They were just in their underpanties and t-shirt, and they took the upper body selfie. Well, the full-length mirror behind them showed their booty hanging out back there. And that can be, that can be a problem. That can be a problem. You have to think about what's going on in your surrounding. Like me, I need to clean my office. I'm trying as best as I can not to, because I got a box right there of stuff that's got to go down to the basement, but I got to get it listed. I've got stuff all over this table. My office needs cleaned. But today I rearranged my living room. Okay. Defamation. Social media posts can be breeding ground for defamation lawsuits. Sharing false or misleading information about someone online can damage their reputation and lead to legal action, even if you don't intend to cause harm. If the information you share is demonstrably false and can be proven to have caused harm, you can be held liable. There are some content creators out here that could be held liable. Just say it. Cyberbullying and harassment. The anonymity whatever that word is, afforded by the internet can embolden some to engage in cyberbullying and harassment. We see a lot of that on the YouTube streets. Targeting someone online with threatening messages, hateful comments, or persistent negativity can have severe consequences both for the victim and the perpetrator. That's happening in these YouTube streets very often, daily. And some people are victimized by these actions. Privacy violation, sharing someone else's private information without their consent, such as their home address, doxing, phone number, doxing, or personal photos, doxing, can be a privacy violation. That's happening a lot in these YouTube streets, TikTok streets, X streets, Facebook streets. It's happening. Can be a privacy violation. Be mindful of what information you share about others, especially if it could potentially embarrass or endanger them. You know what? I think mental anguish should fall under endangerment, because when this is happening in the YouTube streets, the people that it's happening to, the victims, are the ones that are being mentally hurt. Even though they're strong, they can be the strongest willed person on the planet, but do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and it's going to choke the person down. They're going to wear into it. It's going to happen. Okay, copyright infringement. Sharing copyrighted material without permission, like music, videos, or images, can be copyright infringement. You know what? Yesterday's video, I got a strike that said my video could not be monetized because it had a Led Zeppelin music in it. The only way it had Led Zeppelin music in it was because my daughter texted me. Thank you, darling. Okay. The unauthorized use of protected comment can lead to legal action. Criminal charges. In some cases, social media posts can be used as evidence of criminal activity, threats of violence, admissions of guilt, or incriminating details shared online can be used by law enforcement in investigations and when I'm online, text the other phone. Enforcement and investigations and prosecutions. Social media can also lead to legal trouble in less obvious ways. Employment issues. Potential employers often screen social media profiles to get a sense of candidates' personality and online behavior. A history of offensive or unprofessional posts could hurt your chances of getting hired. So be careful what you post. And there's some content creators over there that are beautiful bluebirds that I'm telling you what, if their pages was looked at, they wouldn't get a job to save their life. Just saying. Contractual disputes. Be cautious about what you post after signing a contract, especially a non-disclosure agreement. Sharing confidential information online, even unintentionally, could violate the terms of an NDA and lead to legal repercussions. I almost lost a job because without realizing that I was disclosing information when I was a CNA, I was talking about somebody I worked with. I disclosed information about where I worked. And I got wrote up and I was told if I didn't remove that post, then I would lose my job. And while I was sitting in my boss's office, I removed that post. So if anybody has any family member who is working in the healthcare field, make sure they know, which I'm sure they learned in school, but make sure they be careful what they post. Just share that information if you have anybody that works in that field. Okay. Student discipline. Students are not immune to the legal consequences of social media activity. Schools may have policies regarding to online behavior, and cyberbullying, harassment, and sharing inappropriate content can result in disciplinary action, including suspension or expulsion. And then it goes on to tell how to protect yourself in the digital age. Think before you post. Take a moment to reflect the content you're about to share. Some content creators do not do that. They intentionally come out and share information they shouldn't be sharing. Don't share others' information without permission. That happens on YouTube streets daily. Respect copyright laws. In my opinion, now, the court of law, this is an attorney. If it was the law, he would say, in my opinion, if I put it on my page, if you don't ask my permission, you're breaking the law. But there are content creators, and I happen to be one of them. I would like everybody to share my information. Share it. Get it out there. This is useful information. Everybody can learn from it. Get it out there. I want my information shared. If I put something on here that I don't want shared, I can make it private. Then it can't be shared. That's the way it is. That's the YouTube rules. Be wary of online scams. Keep passwords secure. Maintain professional online presence. Do I do that? No, I get mad. Okay. Use strong passwords for your social media. Maintain professional online presence. If you're actively seeking employment, be mindful of your online footprint. Seek legal help if needed. If you face legal issues arising from social media posts, consult with an attorney specializing in cybercrimes. At the law offices of this attorney, Adrian H. Haltschuler and Associates, our Franklin criminal defense attorneys, can advise you on your legal options and help navigate the situation, meaning they can help you find an attorney in your area. Social media can be a powerful tool for communication, self-expression, and building communities. However, it's essential to be aware of the potential legal implications of your online activity. By following these best practices and using social media responsibly, you can minimize legal risks and continue to enjoy the benefits of connecting and sharing online. Consider these additional points. Now, some content creators are as careful as they possibly can be, but their information still gets out because they're friends with so-and-so, then something happens and they're no longer friends. But while they were friends, they shared information back and forth between each other. When the friendship ended, the person that walked away is the person sharing the information with all the other people. This is what's happening. Understand terms of services for each social media platform you use. These terms outline acceptable and prohibited behavior, and violating them could result in account suspension or termination. I wish that would happen more in the YouTube streets. If you encounter harassment or cyberbullying online, document the evidence, screenshots, messages, and report it to the platform. Keeping your record can be helpful if you need to pursue legal actions. I'm seeing that happen on the YouTube streets more often than you can imagine. Don't feed the flames of negativity. If someone is posting inflammatory or offensive comments, it's often best to ignore them or block their account altogether. I'm saying that should be happening, but sadly, it doesn't happen as often as it should happen. Social media can be a force of positive change. Use your platform to raise awareness about important issues, promote social justice, and connect with like-minded individuals. Constant exposure to negativity online can take a toll on your mental health. Schedule breaks from social media to disconnect and recharge. The internet never forgets, and single careless A single careless post can have lasting legal consequences. Don't let a social media misstep damage your reputation or future opportunities. At the law offices of this person, we're passionate about helping individuals and businesses navigate the legal complexities of social media. Call our offices or submit a contact form to set up consultation in Franklin, Brentwood, or Columbia today. So now we know that there are laws to protect us out here on social media. And I pray, it is my prayer that everybody on these YouTube streets protects themselves, walks away from the negativity. And if you are harassing or hurting another content creator, please find another street. You don't have no business over on that creator's street if all you're wanting to do is hurt that creator. Go find another street. There's plenty of people over in your neighborhood that you can talk about. You don't need to come over into somebody else's neighborhood who's trying to do good for the world and hurt their streets. Prayers for everybody out there. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for listening to me go through all of this. I hope you've learned something. Please feel free to share this content. You will not get a copyright strike from me unless you don't block out the Led Zeppelin where I give text messages. Okay? I may have to turn that phone off when I'm here. So, or change the ringtone. So, thank you for being here. Do something nice for someone, even if it just be the reason they smile, and get lockered. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.